Okay, and now it's time for our story of Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. And in the picture here, actually in the inside cover as well, there's a picture of a typewriter. Before we had printers and computers, we had something called a typewriter, and it was metal and it had little round buttons on it with letters, and it was just like if you had a computer and you were typing the words out one letter at a time. You would push down on those keys and they'd make the click clack sound, and then it would be printed onto, and here's a roller here, and there'd be paper on the inside just like if it was a printer, and you'd have a line here, a black line of ink, and when you push down on the buttons, a little arm or a lever with a letter on it would hit that ink and it would print it on the page for you. And here's Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. In fact, before we even start, let's sing one more time. Here we go. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. So that moo is our long sound. Okay? Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. At first he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. He's going to check it out. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. There was a note that said, "Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows." They had typed it all themselves. It was bad enough that the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets. "No way," said Farmer Brown. "No electric blankets." So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. "Sorry, we are closed. No milk today." And they had to type that with a typewriter. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Let's see what happens. "No milk today," cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. They were typing again. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Short, short, long, short, short, long. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. The next day, he got another note. "Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows." Lots of demands, huh? The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. "No eggs!" cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them typing again. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Cows that type, hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. If you're furious, what does that mean? It means he's mad. He's really mad. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter and typed a little note. "Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown." Wonder if that's going to work. Well, the duck was a neutral party. That means that he doesn't help one side more than he helps another. He tries to help everybody. So he brought the ultimatum to the cows. The ultimatum, it's a note that says, if you don't do this, then I am going to do this. This is the last straw, as they say. Let's see what happens. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Here they are trying to understand what's going on. Well, there was another note because the cows went click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Can you see the cow? His eyes are hard to see on my head. Well, the duck knocked on the door early the next morning and he handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, it said, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door and we will send Duck over with a typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Well, Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with a typewriter. They look happier, don't they? They have their electric blankets. They're nice and warm. The next morning, he got a note. It said, Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We would like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Because what was happening was click, clack, quack, clickety, clack, quack, click, clack, quack, clickety, clack, quack. Uh-oh, I guess the ducks were making a note of their own and using that typewriter. And sure enough, what did they get? A diving board. That was Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type, and by Doreen Cronin and pictures by Betsy Lewin. And I hope you heard the long and short sounds of Click, Clack, Moo. And think about songs that you sing that have long and short sounds. Moo. That's our long moo for you. Have a good day.